We're finishing our syrup here at Gagne Farms today, and we've got 2 batches to do. We're going to start on the first batch. I'm going to keep them separated, and we're going to get this stuff going. But what I'm doing different this year is this is my pan that I put in the refrigerator of finished concentrate. It's real close to being syrup. What I've done in the past is I would just heat this pan up. Today what I'm going to do is ladle off the top and leave any sediment in the bottom here, so we're not adding that back into our final boil. I'm hoping this is going to help get us a little bit clearer product in the end. Let's get this scooped out of here and into the smaller stock pot and get the burner on and get the stuff heating up. This is not too far away from being finished syrup right now. Alright, I got everything scooped out of this container. There's just a little bit in the bottom there, and it's real hard to see, but there is some debris in there. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to throw this out. I'm going to use this for cooking. So I'll end up taking this and running it through a filter. I'll put it into a mason jar, and I can put it in any recipes that we're going to use our maple syrup in. So let's get this guy on the burner, and we're going to start heating this up. Now, since this has been in the fridge, I'm going to let this heat up kind of gradually, and then we're going to get the good cook on here. I've got our instruments, and I'm going to show you guys how we test to make sure we have finished syrup here at Gagne Farms. I know there's a lot of different methods out there. I'm going to show you the one that we use here. Let's get this heating up. I'm just going to put the lid on for just a few minutes till this gets warmed up, and then we'll pull that lid off and we'll make sure that we're getting a good evaporation here. We got this up to a nice rolling boil here, and I want to show you guys what we're using to test our syrup. This is a syrup hydrometer, and there's 2 lines on it. The top line's for a hot test. The top red line is for a hot test right there, and the bottom line right down there is for a cold test. So since we have hot syrup, we are going to use the top line. We're going to fill up our test cup and see where we're at. This stuff is really close. I can just kind of tell. A little funnel. You gotta be careful at this point. This stuff is hot. Now we're gonna see where we're at here. We're not at the line yet. It's got to be all the way up to there. So we got a little bit to go, which is fine. That's why I like to pull this off of our main evaporator and then just finish for a few minutes in the house like this. We can really dial it in. I can control the heat a lot better here. I'm not going to scorch anything. And that's why we do it in the house, just a small batch at a time. Now for larger producers, this isn't going to work out real well doing it this way. That's why a lot of times they'll draw off the pan and it'll be finished syrup right off of their evaporator pan. We're doing a little smaller scale, which is great because we still get to enjoy all of that very sweet syrup. All right, we're going to let this go for a few more minutes, and I'm going to show you what to look for as well with just kind of looking at the bubbles and an apron test off of our ladle. That should tell us if we're there as well. But we're going to dump this back in, let this go for a minute, and see where we're at. All right, we are looking good. See how these bubbles are a lot smaller? That's kind of what you're looking for. And you also want to see if you can do an apron test, what they call, and almost sheet off of your ladle. That's a little, it's not really sheeting, is it? There it goes. So we are going to do 2 checks here. I have a thermometer. We're going to check this real quick. And we're looking for our 219 mark, which we're right at 219 right now. So that gives us one indication. Now, 219 degrees is not the end-all be-all. It's a very good indication, but everybody's water boils at different temperatures within a few degrees. So we kind of just we look at the syrup, see where the bubbles are. We test it with the thermometer to see where we're at there. And then I am going to do final hydrometer test and see where we're at right now. You gotta watch the syrup too, because when it's real close to being done, it'll foam right up on you. It'll try to boil over. There's lots of different ways you can kind of test and see where your syrup's at. I know some people use a refractometer. That's another way to use to check to see where you're at with finished syrup. We're looking for a hot test above that red line. We are just over, the red line's just over our syrup. So I'm going to call this syrup. So we're going to get our vacuum filter press set up here. And I'm going to make a small slurry with DE, diatomaceous earth. I just put a little bit in a bowl like that, a little bit of finished syrup. I'm not going to use, this is a third cup, I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to use probably half. Make that small slurry like that. Got our vacuum filter press here. I'm going to take this slurry. I've already pre-moistened the filter that's in here. We're just going to dump the slurry on top. Make sure we get it all out the bowl. This is going to catch any of that niter that we don't want in our finished product. Alright, if you guys do have a filter press, make sure that all your valves are in the off position right at this point. We're going to pour this into the top. And it's very hot, so try not to burn yourself. We are filtering. Ready? All right, now we're ready to bottle. So right here on our temperature, our thermometer, we want to be between 180 and 190. We're just over 190. We're going to let this set for just a second. We're going to grab a bottle. We're going to start bottling. What I've done with the bottles, I ran them through the dishwasher so they're nice and hot still. We've kept the door closed. So we got a nice hot bottle. We got nice hot syrup. We're going to wait just a minute to start bottling that. It only takes a few minutes to bottle. Kent's going to help me out screwing the caps on, laying them on their side, and we're going to get this batch finished up because I've got this batch right here that I've already ladled back out just like we did with our first batch. It's heating up. We need to get this batch going too because I don't want to be bottling syrup all night long, right? So here we go. We're going to start bottling here. We're right at 190. I'm going to start bottling. I've got a nice little funnel here in our beautiful glass jars. One thing, if you leave that funnel just like that, it'll get like an airlock on it. So you almost have to cock that funnel off to the side just a little bit to let some of the air out. Otherwise it fills up your funnel and bad things happen. So we are going to bottle. One nice looking bottle of syrup. Okay, we're gonna put the caps on and continue. We got our second batch here up to a boil, and that's got a little bit longer to go. There's going to be a little bit more evaporation we're going to have to do on that one. On our first batch, we got 9 bottles, which is almost a gallon. It's not quite a gallon. We got a little bit in this guy right here that I'm going to put on my breakfast tomorrow morning. So we're just going to finish up with the second batch here. I will update you guys and let you know at the end of the video exactly how much syrup that we got this year off of 2 boils. So we've been doing this for quite a while. We really enjoy sharing it with you guys, and we hope that you learned something a little bit new here. Maybe some tips and tricks to help you guys out along the way during your maple syrup season. You guys make sure to click that like button down below if you enjoyed this video, and feel free to check out our other playlists. We have a maple syrup playlist that has all the steps. I have how-to videos for everything that it takes to make maple syrup. So feel free to check that out.